Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. Kathy, thank you so much. I can't believe it.
The next piece has great sentimental value to the Guest family. Fondly called Brain Lamp, this lamp belonged to the Guest grandmother and brings fond memories of the time spent in her house. This is a turtleneck tile iridescent glass.
The glass is thinner than you would see in other items of bigger form, a little bit thin. It's usually not signed. I will never say never, but it's usually not signed.
Attached to it is this lovely bronze base. It is a patinated bronze and is down to the feet with the lily pad. It is signed with the Tiffany Studios mark at the bottom, and it dates to around 1910.
This chain has been put on here later. This is a process that can be reversed to make it the way it was originally, which should get done to the piece.
This slightly devalues it. In this state, it is valued at about
$30,000 to $40,000.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Imagine delicate sapphires gleaming like midnight skies, surrounded by dazzling diamonds that twinkle like stars. The Guest received this diamond and sapphire bracelet from her husband. The bracelet was designed by Tiffany & Company in 1960. Even after many years have passed, individuals continue to be captivated by the timeless elegance and beauty of the famous Tiffany & Company design.
Diamond and sapphire bracelet, and it's set in platinum. That's what the white metal is. The diamonds are really, really beautiful. It's a mix of 3 different shapes.
Oh, okay.
They've got some rounds.
Right.
And then the pointy ones are called marquise, and then the rectangular ones are called baguettes.
They combine with the sapphires to give a flower-like appearance. There are about 20 carats of diamonds in this bracelet. The sapphires are in this perfect blue color. The contrast between the deep blue sapphires and the sparkling diamonds creates a mesmerizing dance of colors and light. The appraiser values it at
$40,000 and $50,000 at auction.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful.
This Guest brings a rare Tiffany & Company GMT Master Rolex watch. It belonged to his uncle, who gifted him the watch as a going-to-college gift in 1975. This watch is an earlier version of the GMT Master Series. Checking the serial number, it's said to be made between 1963 and 1964. It has a few unique features
that are really very interesting. One of them is at the very bottom of the writing, there's a little line, it's underlined.
Also, it's unusual to have the Tiffany name on the dial. This is a co-branded watch, having both the Tiffany and Rolex names on the dial.
Tiffany no longer sells Rolex watches. They used to sell Rolex watches, but one day Rolex decided that they didn't want to print the Tiffany name on the dials anymore.
So the fact that this watch has the Tiffany name on its dial adds to its collectability. In this state, this watch is valued at about
$50,000.
Oh, good grief. That is absolutely stunning.
This next piece is a Louis C. Tiffany Furnaces ink vase. The vase belonged to the Guest great-grandmother and was given as a birthday gift to her. Made by L.C. Tiffany Inc. in 1926, this vase is of an unusual kind. It is a piece of case glass, meaning several layers of glass had been added to make the piece.
The interior is almost like a brownish cherry color, and then the exterior that's sort of peeking out underneath this matte finish decoration appears to almost be like an agate finish.
It is art glass, and ironically not made to be used as a vase. This lovely piece is valued at about
$30,000 and $50,000.
Oh my God. Wow. Wow, I had no idea.
So far, this has been my favorite piece. Which Tiffany item do you like best so far? Great piece of buried treasure. This lamp was found abandoned in the dirt basement of the house where the Guest grandmother worked in the 50s. This is a Tiffany Studios Lotus Bell table lamp.
Lotus shade itself is supposed to resemble a lotus leaf opening up. And the lotus design came in 2 different forms.
Also, in a flat shape around 25 to 26 inches in diameter. It is stamped and numbered at the bottom of the base. The numbering indicates that it was made between 1902 and 1904.
Additionally, on the shade, there's a teeny little tag that is stamped Tiffany Studios, New York. That tag was usually applied to a shade between 1902 and 1904.
The patina on the leading on the shade doesn't match the patina on the base. This is also not the original Tiffany switch.
What you would normally find on this kind of base would be a matching little ribbed switch, which basically echoes what's going on in the fluted design on the base.
Also, the sockets have been changed, and that affects the value. In its current state, it's valued at about
$35,000 to $45,000.
It's exciting. I love buried treasure.
Me too.
Next piece is a Tiffany cold air return cover. The guest inherited it from a friend. This cover is said to be out of the house of Henry O. Havemeyer. Havemeyer, who was famously regarded as the Sugar King, was an American industrialist, entrepreneur, and sugar refiner who founded and became president of the American Sugar Refining Company in 1891. In the 1890s, he contracted Tiffany Glass and Decorating Company to do the interior decoration of his home at 5th Avenue and 66th Street. This air return cover is said to be one of the pieces Tiffany used to beautify the house.
The reason why it looks particularly beautiful today is that we have put light behind it, which you wouldn't ordinarily see in the shaft where the piece was initially installed.
The palette was in various colors: blue, green, silver, and gold. After the passing of Havemeyer and his wife, his house was slated to be demolished. An auction was done on the house's contents, of which this was one. This piece is like a Tiffany artifact and appeals greatly to collectors. It's valued at about
$45,000 and $50,000.
Really?
Yes, really.
Really?
I can't wait to get it home.
Next is this fascinating brooch, found in the extra button drawer of the dry cleaning store the guest parents had just purchased. Little did they know what a precious gem it would amount to. Made by Tiffany & Company, New York. It dates to around 1937. It's sort of a late deco style piece. It has two little rows of emeralds on either side of the baguette diamonds.
Part of its interest, of course, is the fact that it has the original clasp, all the original fittings and everything.
This unexpected gift is valued at about
$65,000.
I can't wait to get it home.
I don't think I'll be wearing it to any PTA meetings.
This guest brings this lovely jewelry, which belonged to her great-grandmother. Made by Tiffany & Company, this necklace dates to around the mid-1870s. It comes with these lovely graduated panels and this applied wirework design motif.
In the mid-1870s, there's a style called archaeological revival. And in that period, twisted wirework and little beadwork was very, very popular.
Tiffany picked up this design pattern and added it to her pieces. Another aspect of this necklace is that it represents the aesthetic period of Tiffany's designs. This period had a Japanese influence on the pieces.
The decorative motifs of these panels, how they're extending out as if they're almost screens or Japanese panels as well.
The alternating panels here have also been patinated to help give the piece dimension. At the back, it is signed, and although not tested, it's most likely made of 18-karat gold. This lovely necklace is valued at about
Find this piece in a high-end store somewhere in the $40,000 to $50,000 range in today's market.
I don't think I'll be wearing it to any PTA meetings.
Picture your cigars stored in this elegant 1908 Tiffany & Company equestrian humidor, exuding sophistication and style. The guest mother bought this Belmont trophy for her husband. John C. Moore II was the director of Tiffany's factory where this trophy was made. This exquisite silver presentation piece is related to horse racing, adding a touch of elegance. It is a lovely Tiffany silver piece that would attract Tiffany collectors and those interested in equestrian items. Also, it includes a beautiful original presentation box that has the Tiffany & Company emblem inside. The piece is silver and weighs over 200 ounces. At auction, this beautiful piece is valued at about
$30,000 and $40,000 in today's current auction.
Wow, that's amazing.
Next is this lovely Tiffany & Company silver collection. This set belonged to the Guest great aunt, and it came to her when she died. All four of these beautifully made Tiffany pieces were made between 1873 and 1891.
They represent why the Tiffany name is so renowned. You can take away the decoration, just the handling of the metal, this hammering just makes beautiful facets. It's all sparkling like a diamond.
These pieces represent the aesthetic movement. This movement was a style of decoration that looked towards Asia and the East. This item is most likely a custom-made piece.
The reason I know that is it has an acid-etched monogram, but over the top of the monogram, they've placed these monkey figures. This was expensive when it was purchased.
This piece with the frog is of fine quality and made with top-notch American silversmithing. This lovely silver collection is collectively valued at around $35,000 to $40,000. This guest brings in a fascinating piece of Chicago's history. This Tiffany Studio stained glass panel belonged to Marshall Field's Men's Grill restaurant. In 1948, during the restaurant remodeling, a friend of the guest, who was part of the remodeling team, took some glass and gave it to her. This piece can be matched with the photos from the restaurant. This is a unique piece of Tiffany stained glass.
Trying to adapt to the style of the great Chicago glassmakers and architecture.
It has more of a prairie style. The appraiser talks about appraising such items.
Back around the turn of the century, Marshall Fields put in a men's grill restaurant.
It's valued at about $60,000 to $80,000.
Thank you. Well, thank you for coming. It's just wonderful to see.
Oh,
and I
thank you
really
very
appreciate
much.
it.
This next piece is a Tiffany lamp which was purchased by the guest grandfather as an anniversary gift to his parents. He bought it in 1909 for around $50. This is a Tiffany leaded glass and patinated bronze table lamp. This is a poinsettia pattern with the red-colored poinsettias evenly distributed.
This is an 18-inch shade, which is a very good shade size. Good coloration, green and yellow, and the red flowers throughout.
On the shade, there's the Tiffany stamp and also 2 tensioning rings. The base also has the Tiffany stamp and is numbered.
Poinsettia is a good collectible shade, and this is a twisting kind of trunk form base, beautiful base, very desirable for collectors.
This piece is valued at about $50,000 to $75,000. This beautiful Tiffany lamp, it belonged to the guest father-in-law, who bought it around 1928. This is a Tiffany Studios 12-light lily lamp. It was also famously called Pond Lily by Tiffany.
The reason why he said pond lily, you can see the little lily pads down here that cluster around the stems, leading up to these beautiful glass shades, which are resembling flowers.
It comes with its lovely patina, all original. The original finish is quite rare, as most get stripped over the years. It dates to between 1902 and 1915.
The shades, which are the most valuable part of the lamp, are all intact.
This beautiful lamp is valued at about $50,000 to $60,000. Picture this, a stunning silver plaque engraved with your name and the special date. This beautiful collection by Tiffany was made for the guest great-great-grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary. The inner workings and the casing are crafted from solid gold, gleaming with opulence. Now, the outer casing is a gilt bronze, gold-plated bronze. On the back, there's a Tiffany & Company mark, along with the Union Square address. The plaque is in wonderful condition overall. The appraiser values it at
between $15,000 and $20,000.
My goodness.